I want to play. I think that this is very illustrative of what Tim and I were just talking about. This is some sound from Morning Joe. Sam Stein, who's of course been on this program from the Huffington Post, is on, and Bill Kristol's on, and they're sitting in Morning Joe, and they got their Starbucks coffee out, and they're really doing some deep analysis about the shutdown, of course, and basically, the Kristol spin and the Republican spin, and Bill Kristol in that very special way. It's like nothing ever ruffles him. The only thing that ever gets his sort of energy up is when we need to bomb someone in the Middle East, whether it's Iran, Syria, whatever. Who cares? But besides that, he's very much that kind of like seen it all, did it all pundit. Like, government shutdown, it's not such a big deal. Healthcare. Look. So what? A baby's malnourished. Stop whining. Hey, a baby's not going to be malnourished. Then, who cares? Whatever. So that's his whole thing. Government shutdown, it isn't a big deal. The sky isn't falling. And I'm sure it's not falling on him in whatever, townhouse he has lined with fantasy books about the Middle East and video games. But at any rate, he's on and he's making the case that government shutdown is not a big deal. Who cares? And Sam Stein responds with some reality, and William Kristol responds in one of the more morally despicable things I've seen on television recently. So we'll play that clip and respond to it.
Yeah, basically. The idea that this is not the end of the world and that they're funding the three most important agencies, it's maybe in your world, it's not the end of the world, but, I've spent the last, 6 hours last night just surveying local news stories about this. 85,000 people are losing nutritional assistance in Arkansas. That's not inside the Beltway. That's in Arkansas. 13 Head Start programs are closing in Connecticut. That's not inside the Beltway. So for these people who are affected by these cuts, it is sort of comparable to the end of the world. And I understand that, it's great to wait it out and to, negotiate from a better platform with more power and the debt ceiling and all that. But those 2 weeks that you waited out are consequential for a whole number of people, not just in the agencies that the Republicans want funded, but many, many agencies beyond that. And I think we tend to lose that perspective when we have these types of conversations. And that's all I wanted to say.
Look, I think if there are genuine human emergencies, the Republican House should move to fund those relevant programs. But the entire federal government, I was chief of staff at the Education Department. I had to designate the essential employees when we shut down. And we designated, I joked to Bill Bennett, who was my boss, can we just say that no one at the Education Department is essential? In all honesty, no, that's not true. And that's too flip because there are people who depend on education funds. I understand that before I get lectured by Sam. But the truth is, there are parts that really are. There are parts that are serious, that are urgent, and parts that are not. The Republican House can move on cases of genuine human emergency, but a 1 or 2 week shutdown is not going to be the end of the world. And if you can't go into the Smithsonian
unless you're on nutritional assistance,
it's
not going to be the end of the world. Honestly, even if you're on nutritional assistance from the federal government,
There's a really important
the state of Arkansas can help out. Localities can help out. Churches can help out. I believe that no one is going to starve in Arkansas.
Wow,
that is one of the most. Listen to the casual cruelty, the relaxed sociopathy of that comment. That is, I'll speak, personally for a moment. Look, when I was young growing up, my family relied on food stamps at different points. My parents had me, they were very young, whatever, irresponsible, supposedly. Maybe they were, in fact. But look, they had me when they were young. They were working incredibly hard. And, things just didn't work. And at times. And the notion that we were living high on the hog or anything else was just, it's grotesque. And I remember vividly, moments when, look, I'm not going to exaggerate it, but I remember moments of there isn't a full dinner. What's going on? And them saying, oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. Wanting and doing their best to shield me, hide their shame, hide their fear about their son's well-being, about my sister's well-being, who was very young, almost a baby. And the notion that this isn't affecting everybody is just disgusting. And I'm going to read from a story. This is a type of local news report that Sam Stein was talking about that Bill Kristol obviously has no interest in. But this is from KSL, a local television affiliate in Salt Lake City in Utah. And basically, up to 65,000 Utahns who use the special supplement nutrition program for women, infants, and children, more commonly known as WIC, will lose that assistance, and many say they did not see it coming. Mathia Olney, is a Utah mother struggling to make ends meet and counts on WIC to help feed her family, which includes 2 sets of twins aged 2 years and 6 months. Money's very tight, and we're struggling just to afford diapers right now, she said. Her youngest has medical problems, and they use a special baby formula that costs about $750 a month. That's like a rounding error in Bill Kristol's checkbook, which he's gotten off of warmongering, blocking progress in America, and ensuring people like this woman struggle. She typically picks this formula up for free at the WIC office. Quote, and then back to her. We were supposed to go tomorrow for our appointment and pick some up, and they called today and they said they were shutting down due to the government, Olney said. So this is what's happening every day as a result of this shutdown. And this is what Marsha Blackburn means when people need to live with less. They mean a child does not get infant formula. And this is what Bill Kristol doesn't even have the time to put in a Google search about because he could care less. And this is why it takes Sam Stein, who does great reporting on this for the Huffington Post, to bring up at Morning Joe, because God forbid you ever have somebody on a television program who's ever had to live through anything. God forbid you ever have a representative voice on a national program to talk about the actual impact of these garbage, grotesque, savage policies that these people advocate on a day in and day out basis. And let's be clear, these Republicans are absolutely extreme, and they're insane, and they're extortionists, and they're blocking the government from being funded. But, moderate, reasonable people across the political spectrum are on TV every day coming out of green rooms advocating that there be slashes to programs just like this that cause this woman misery, that jeopardize this woman's mother's retirement security if she's even still there. I mean, forget retirement security. Let's be clear. Social Security, basic dignity, the bare minimum. God forbid they have that. I think listening to that clip shows you that it's not just a question of not being able to reason with people. It's really a profound, unbelievably disturbing lack of empathy and moral development that has taken to the core of American politics. And it's disgusting.